This episode opens and we get a falcon screeching, carrying a letter to the Fire Nation post, the big fortress we were just talking about. Which is funny. I just noticed actually, like reading through like our summary and going through this. Like we open with that bird bringing a letter, but then we don't really see what that one says. And then, or I guess that's the like the hunt for the Avatar one. And then we get another letter like 2 minutes later that's brought in,
Oh yeah, like
which
that's not the letter, the main letter that
yeah,
changes the plot.
it's just yeah, it's just like an opening. Like we need a cool animation thing to bring us into the story, which like works. It does a good job.
I'll give
Um,
that to them. I'll let them have that one.
yeah, so we get there, we see these archers, which one of them does the classic like shooting an arrow into a target and then shooting another arrow into that arrow, and
So
then
good.
we get a third one, which like that always will just work. You're like, oh man, they're good.
That trope, I'm like, they're cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stuff
it's
go
great.
boom.
Yeah, it's a
It's
classic.
like,
It's the muted version of Stuff Go Boom. It's like yeah, like okay.
yeah, like that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so we get that. We learn that they are the Yu Yan archers. We have at the time Lieutenant Zhao, who is talking to
Hmm.
Colonel Shinu, and Zhao is like, "Give me the archers. Like, I need them for to hunt the Avatar." And the Colonel's like, "Nah, screw you. Like, these are my guys. They're staying where I want them." And then we get the letter that does change the plot, which goes to the Colonel first, and he reads it and is like, "Ah, damn." And it's Zhao being
Hmm.
promoted to admiral, and he's like, all right, well, that request is now in order. And I literally I looked it up before we were recording because I was like, oh, he skips like a couple of ranks here. I don't know how many ranks he
Hmm.
skips because like I googled it, and just the list that I found
Yeah,
says
because I
like
don't know the
lieutenant.
ranks or.
Yeah, okay, so it goes like lieutenant, colonel, general, and like corporal. I don't even see admiral on this list anywhere. Like it's straight, it's
Oh.
just not here. So
Oh.
bro just skips like 50 ranks or something. Like I like he just leapfrogs over it and is like, all right, well, like you work for
Zhao's
me
like,
now.
you're in boss mode now. Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. Love that
I mean,
for
it's
him.
Jason
I
Isaacs. He can get away with anything. I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah,
you run the world. Yeah.
it's also funny because I didn't really think about it too much until we started doing this rewatch, but because like he just is Admiral Zhao whenever you think about it in hindsight. Like if you've seen the series,
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, and like I forgot that he was like pretty low on the like
In the beginning.
corporate like the the rungs
Ladder.
yeah, like he
Hmm.
wasn't Admiral Zhao until now. Which is cool. And so he's like, yeah, that request is now in order, which is a great line. And then
Baller.
we like get to see we pan up and there's a blue masked guy at the top who's like looking down at them being all
Hmm.
mysterious and stuff. And so we'll learn this is the blue spirit, obviously the
Hmm.
titular blue spirit. So we get that, which is cool. I really like the
And I
way
love
that
like
they Mhm.
I was just gonna say the musical cue. Like I love the
Oh,
musical cue that plays every time we see him.
yeah,
I don't know what instrument that is. I couldn't figure that out.
I'm not sure. I did not pay that much attention to it. I just know it was cool, but
Nice.
like but yeah, I was gonna say I love how they, and it comes back in with a shot later too, but they film the blue spirit almost like a horror monster. Like he's
Yes.
got
Yes.
a very like he's supposed to be frightening and like intimate. Until obviously he starts working with the Avatar, but like definitely for
Yeah.
the majority or at least half of the episode, you're like, this dude does not seem good. Like
You're like, what
he's
is this? Like he's scary. He's always
mhm.
hidden. There's
Yeah,
the
it's
creepy
really cool.
musical cue. Yeah.
Love to
It
see it.
sounds like it's there's like these guitar, they're not guitars. I forget what it's called, but in Japan it's like a pick and it's like a guitar with three strings. And
Mhm.
I think it's that noise with some like other
Some stuff going
instruments.
on.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good though. It always works. So
I
we then cut to the gang in an abandoned temple, and Sokka is extremely sick from being out in the storm from the previous episode. And so
love
that
that
happens.
continuity.
Yeah, I did definitely.
That's
I was like,
cool.
oh, this is cool. I like seeing that. The repercussions of his actions. Um, so we get that, and then they're like taking care of him, and then Katara starts coughing, and she's like, "Oh no, it'll be fine." And Aang's like, "This is exactly how Sokka was yesterday. Like, you're not
That's
gonna be fine."
right.
And so he goes to find an herbalist. I love how he goes to fly away at first, but then there's a storm, and he's like, "Oh, walk," and then dude just
Hmm.
turns into the Flash. Like, I don't, I,
I we've never seen him do that before.
and I
That,
don't,
but I love
I
how it's just like, no, he could do that.
yeah, and I feel like they don't really do it that much the rest of the show either that I can
Yeah.
remember. Like he just, and they make a joke about it. Like there's a bit in this episode later on whenever he's like getting closer to the herbalist on the mountain, and
Mhm.
they're like looking out for the avatar, and they're like reading reports or whatever, and it's like the Fire Lord says that he can move faster than the wind or whatever, and they're like that can't be true, and then he like blows past, and like
Immediately
the
does
entire,
it. Yeah.
yeah, and like the whole thing gets like destroyed. And so like I liked that they made a bit about him like confirming that he can do that, but yeah, we never saw that before, and he just can run ridiculously quickly, like so that's
And I don't
fun.
know how that has to do with airbending. I don't
I
know,
guess he just like uses the air to propel himself. I
like a
guess like that'd be
Naruto
my
kind of
guess. Like
run.
he's just like
Yeah.
giving himself like, running with the wind.
Riding with the
I
wind.
guess, yeah. But like it's
I'll
cool.
believe
So
it.
he
I'll
gets,
let them again. There's a lot of things in the show where I'm like, you know what? You've earned it. You get this one. That's a free
yeah.
pass.
I just think it's funny that it doesn't really like show up that much later. Like
I
at
know
least
it's
not that
pretty
I can
useful. Is it?
remember.
I guess because flying is faster.
Yeah, that would make sense. Um, So yeah, we get him like going off to get the to get the medicine, and
Yeah,
then
we're
we
not
cut
going to
to
think about it too
Zuko
much.
on his ship with his crew. We get a big ship arriving next to them. Zuko is told that the hunt for the Avatar has been moved to the prime importance, and then all info must go directly
Mm,
to Admiral Zhao. Um, Zhao won't let their ship leave, and Zuko's yells at them to get off of his ship because obviously he's now pissed because he wants to be the one to find the Avatar to restore his
mhm.
honor and everything that he's fighting for. Um, so that's good.
I do love
We
how
see,
like princely he is too about it. He's like, off my ship, like a teenage boy, like out of
yeah,
my room, mom. Oh my god,
he's
so
so
dramatic.
he's so offended, honestly.
He's so
Um,
offended.
so Iroh wins the game of Pai Shao and is taking on the chips. I love Iroh just constantly being like just not caring. Not that he doesn't care, but just like
Mhm.
so much more lax and is like, I'm just having a good time if I
He's
can.
like
Like,
Zuko, like everything will fall into place. It's okay. He's like
yeah.
he just kind of lets everything happen. It's like he's almost a character where you think he knows everything that's about to happen because
Hmm.
he's so calm all the time.
Yeah, he's just not worried about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get that. We get Zuko looking out of the window, being moody as always. Love that. Um, so this is when we come back to the two guards I mentioned a minute ago at the outpost, talking about
Hmm.
the Fire Lord propaganda and talking about Aang, and he flies past them, runs past them very quickly, and then they blow a siren. We cut back to Sokka and Katara. They're now both very, very sick, just laying
Mm.
on Appa, which is so cute. I can't
So
imagine how
cute.
great of a bed he is.
Oh
Like,
my god, he looks so. There's like a multiple points in this episode where I'm like, Papa is so cute.
he looks so
Like he just
comfy.
gets cuter. He looks so comfy.
So that we get that she is trying to get Momo to go get them water, and I love that we get Momo's like perspective on on saying it.
This is my
It's just
favorite.
it's like we get the fisheye lens type like distortion from his eyes and like her
Mhm.
doing miming, and like it's just gibberish, and he's like, all right, I'll go get something.
I love it. She's
Which
like
is
water, Momo, and then from his point of view, she's like wah, 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 wah,
it's
wah.
like the Charlie Brown teacher, yeah.
The Charlie Brown teacher.
So he
It's so
takes
cute.
the satchel, takes off. We get back to Aang. He gets to the herbalist place. Um, there's a white cat here, and you noted it
Mm.
too. That I don't think he's. I mean, aside from the fact that he has a beard,
I
which
think
is
it's just a
really
cat.
funny. Yeah, he just looks like a normal cat. Like I was trying to imagine if he's a cross with any other animal, but it doesn't
It
seem
doesn't
to be
seem like
that
it.
way. Like he's
And I
just.
noticed too, because they make a point. This is in like two seasons. This is in the third season. That a wonder of the world is that there's just a bear. That's not a cross between anything. It's just a regular bear.
Mm,
It's like a joke because every animal here is a cross between other animals.
yeah,
So I wonder,
that's like.
is it like weird that it's just a cat?
I was trying to think. We didn't get a clear enough look at it, but the bird at the beginning, I was trying to figure out what two animals it was.
Oh, probably like a
But I
falcon and
couldn't.
a hawk.
Yeah, I just couldn't because like we only really see it from the back. I think like I couldn't see its
Mm.
face, and so I was like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, we just get a cat.
Ooh,
This lady just has
I
a
didn't think
cat with a
about that.
beard.
Hey, Aspect listener. Enjoying the show?
Then be sure to subscribe here on The Aspect so you never miss an episode.
And check out more episodes and clips on our playlist here.
Thanks so much for watching, and
Lameo, hot man.